Welcome back to another episode of The Careful Boys, and we've got to talk about it. But just disclaimer before we get into this conversation, remember, you're not going to get any facts here. We're only going to talk about what we think is entertaining. The Epstein files have just released 3 million documents, apparently.
3.5.
3.5 million new documents.
Are you going to do a Dominican Epstein?
Was he there?
In Dominica?
We should talk about it.
Do you want to come on my island?
No, that's crazy.
Lolita Express, dude.
You're too old. No, that's crazy.
You're too old.
You like that?
You're way too old.
All right, so out of these 3.5 million documents that came out, technically nothing gives grounds for the Department of Justice to like make any new moves. It doesn't like turn around or change any specific things that can be legally taken action on. It just changes sentiment for the public about how they feel about certain.
Yeah, because everything, I think that's the part that's from the public that's sad. It's like you see a lot of, it feels like fingerprints all over shit, right? You're like, oh, you got all these motherfuckers' fingerprints everywhere. Prosecute. But the thing is, you still have to go through due diligence. You don't know what's real, what's not. There's a whole entire process.
They already said that they've done the due diligence, all of it. Everything that's being released has no ability to change
With that team. Because you know how cases will get reassigned to another lawyer. So with that team and their investigation, this is as much as we can go. But if someone else wants to take the lead, they can start a whole new case.
But the FBI director just said on a Fox News interview, he said, I consider this case closed. So
I saw that.
You said it, Fox. So
well, you're right. That's what I'm saying. It's over.
it's a lot, and then it's like that's 3.5 mil. It's like it's also just all the emails, all the text messages, every single little thing that was like sent out. So it's got to be a lot. Like 0.5 mil are emojis alone, right?
Yeah.
They're just like sending eggplants.
Why is that fool's email fucking jevacation at gmail.com?
It shows a little personality, actually. I kind of liked it.
Kind of a clean cover-up if you think about it.
What is crazy, though, is how widespread his influence is.
Oh, man. I'm glad you finished that. It's how widespread his influence is.
And then, and also, even though I guess legally it's a dead end, the public and markets still react. So you know what? So with Bill Gates' whole thing, Microsoft dropped like 20%. Bitcoin's fucking going crazy. It's just like the world still reacts to it in a very real way.
I mean, there's people stepping down from their roles. That one dude, I don't know, Peter or something, or whatever, the guy who works with CBS who does the like the food or fitness thing.
Oh, the doctor. What's his name? Peter Attia or
Peter Attia. Yeah, he had to step down as well.
He's a huge like MD. He was almost like the authority in medicine and fitness, almost the way Andrew Huberman is. And he's named so many times in there.
So he stepped down from his role in one of his things. CBS, I think, had.
I like what he said though. He said pussy is calorie free. I thought that was pretty funny to say.
0 calories.
Like he was checking on the gluten in the pussy or something like that. Yeah.
It sucks that the inside joke is now outside.
See, that's the part where it's like I see the like the Family Guy cutaway scene where like during the time they're on an island being like, no one's ever gonna hear about this. You know what I'm saying? It's like we know all about it, bro.
Did you see the Matt Groening, the Simpsons creator, and how everyone's like, oh, the Simpsons always predicting shit, but then it's because he was a part of that group and he wasn't predicting it. He was just saying, yeah.
Wait, he was a part of the group?
If the emails aren't fake, he was invited. He was a part of all that shit.
What was his how was his name featured in the emails?
Just like communication back and forth with everybody too, or like he's in the pictures with everyone. So
He is?
apparently,
Damn.
What were some of the things that stood out to you guys that are like, oh shit?
The
what
Bill
the hell?
Gates, Melinda Gates one.
Bill Gates thing
Yeah,
was
the
pretty funny,
STD
yeah.
one.
Yeah, where just if you don't know, basically Bill Gates was in a panic talking to Jeffrey Epstein on an email, and he was saying like, I got an STD
From a Russian hooker.
I need to somehow slip my wife meds.
Like emergency antibiotic.
Yeah, to get rid of her maybe getting the STD. How can you help me sneak this in?
That's crazy.
And then he gave Jeffrey Epstein the ick, and Jeffrey Epstein's like, dude, I don't feel very good about our friendship right now.
Oh, and then,
Oh, that's
Jeffrey wrote like a
crazy.
draft email trying to protect himself from specifically Bill Gates too. And in that draft email that apparently was never sent and yet still is released in these files, he talks about that. He talks about needing to like get him drugs for the STD. He talks about like getting him girls, getting him Adderall in order to play bridge games or some shit, and just being like, he's increasingly pushing my moral boundaries, so I have to step away.
Even Bill Gates was too much for Epstein.
That's
Apparently.
crazy.
But then the rumor was way before this is like when he went into strip clubs and like he loved strippers. So that was like a rumor like in the conspiracy world where Bill Gates was notorious for loving parties with hella strippers.
That just sounds like one of the boys.
Okay,
But that's why he went, because he just like, it was like yesterday, he went on camera like finally like speaking his piece, and he was just like, I regret even like talking to Epstein.
everybody's saying the
Which
same
sounds
PR
like
line.
a bitter person who's left on scene.
Everyone's saying the
Left on red.
exact same fucking.
But the thing is, his ex-wife, a couple days before that, Melinda was like, a huge reckoning is coming. Like she just basically ratted him out and said that these people are horrible. And I was like, oh.
What did you guys see and what do you guys think about it? But that one thing that was the security guard that uploaded to like 4chan or whatever.
Oh, you're talking about Epstein's quote unquote.
The body got snuck out, or he's not actually dead or whatever.
Because nobody knew for the longest time since he first posted that he was actually who he said he was until now. Like everyone was like, oh, that's probably just some random person that just is cosplaying like they were there. But then the Epstein documents confirmed that he really was who he said, though he was the worker there.
One of the workers at this maximum security place, he said like the day that Epstein passed away or whatever, like this van pulls up, people in military outfits, they just go right through all the regular clearance. They just skipped all the protocol. They go in and then they take his body, and I don't even know if they pronounced him dead yet, but they take his body and they leave. And then so to him, he's like, no one ever skips all these steps. Like, who are these people? I don't have the right to say. And I think he uploaded it anonymously, but then now they attached who this person is, and he was indeed a security guard at the prison.
Is he dead now?
So approximately 40 minutes before major news outlets broke out at 8:16 a.m. Eastern time on August 10, 2019, the content or the post was, don't ask me how I know, but Epstein died an hour ago from hanging, cardiac arrest, screen cap this. Further describes medical efforts, including that they worked asystole for 40 minutes and transported him to Lower Manhattan ER. After that, like right after, a grand jury was convened by the U.S. Attorney for the Southern District of New York, which issued subpoenas to 4chan, Apple, AT&T, and Citibank to identify the user. Recent analysis of the released Epstein documents has linked the post to Roberto Grijalva, a correctional officer at the Metropolitan Correctional Center who was on duty at the time of Epstein's death.
Is that guy alive?
So that's why they think that Epstein's still alive.
Yeah.
And then they just swapped his body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
Yeah, and then they snuck
out.
him out.
Keep saying he's dead, but there's no body.
And I don't know if this is like altered footage.
There's no body. Like nobody.
Epstein's brother asked to see his brother's body, right? And wasn't he denied that?
I think I read something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just saw the photos of like the quote unquote
the
body
plot
with like a
thickens.
slightly different ear, slightly different nose.
Yeah. And you know how everything's fake right now, but I did see like footage, security camera footage. They said that was 3 days after, and it was him talking to somebody at Epstein Island.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I saw that.
It
It's
was like a
drone-
janitor or something.
drone footage, yeah.
Yeah.
What's wild too is Jeffrey Epstein's technically dead, right? According to the media and according to the FBI. But then they ask the FBI director questions about the case, and he says, "Well, it's under active investigation, so I can't comment on that." But Jeffrey Epstein's dead, so what can't you comment on? And if you say case closed, then what cases are open? It doesn't make any sense. None of this makes
You
sense.
talking about Cash? Yeah.
The FBI director.
Yeah, because they asked him, okay, after all these 3 million pages come out, is there any new like leads or new whatever?
Investigations, yeah.
Yeah, and he was like, nope.
But do you remember what they said immediately?
Yeah,
they
that's
try to do
nuts.
the what Epstein files thing.
Yeah.
So Pam Bondi was like,
Cash,
and
Pam,
they were
yep.
both going hard on that. And then they were just like, yeah, man, when we get in, is it going to happen? But I think like when they went in, they're like, trifle.
Oh yeah. Well, also too, let's not forget, Trump was also in charge in 2016 to 2020. They had all the time in the world to fuck around with.
He lost half of the MAGA movement from denying the whole Epstein shit. Yeah. But that's definitely like, I think culturally, we're seeing a crazy like after effect. Legally, I don't think anything's going to happen.
Nah. Why do you think Biden administration never released anything? throughout the entire term.
They all are in the big party together.
Well, Biden was never listed in any of the lists or whatever. But but you're right. They're all friends. So I'm like, the way that politics work, I think they're more. It's like WWE, right? Where like in front of us they're adversaries, but behind closed door they all work together. They've been friends for decades.
Have you guys seen the thing? I don't know if I'm reading just fake news now and I'm processing it as real, but have you seen the one where they said Biden's been dead since 2019?
Oh
Yeah,
shit.
That's so fucking.
Those are
funny,
crazy.
dude.
Yeah,
And it's
yeah,
like a
yeah,
body
yeah.
double.
Yeah, that's not even him. It's like they shot him. They shot him, and now it's another like actor or something.
They're like comparing the two, and it does look pretty different.
What do y'all think of Bill Clinton testifying and everything?
My
Oh, yeah,
God, bro.
I think it's just a big dog and pony show.
I indeed had sexual relations with. I think he's just gonna go.
I started looking into that because I forgot what I saw, but they were saying that like Bill Clinton, the reason why he was chose to be a presidential candidate was at the time, I'm not gonna name this group, but they're looking for the sleaziest governor that they can make a puppet, and he was the sleaziest governor. And so I was like, okay, how sleazy was this motherfucker? I started asking ChatGPT.
Sleazy? Did you write sleazy?
I wrote, give me a list of all the public sexual allegations of Bill Clinton, and it dates back to the 70s. So we know about Monica Lewinsky or whatever, but he's had
Jennifer Flowers is another
like
one.
allegations.
Juanita
Like
Broderick.
every level of politics he's been in, he's been fucking pretty. And I'm like, damn, that's crazy. And my dad was telling me, you have to read the Bill Clinton book. His autobiography is so good. I'm like, that guy's just a dude.
I was gonna say I just feel like he's having a fuck it. Like I'm just gonna go out. Like you know what I'm saying?
He's at the age where he's like, peace.
Yeah. He's like I did wear that. He's gonna have an Eminem 8 Mile. Like I did wear a dress. I did do that. I did do that. Just to like.
Oh, and the Clinton body count is because of that. So Hillary knows Bill's been fucking around since the 70s. So she's just hella jealous. So all the people that are dying around are related to where his fucking fuck trail.
There's a good documentary from Dinesh D'Souza or something like that. D'Souza. He did one on the Clinton family, and I was like, damn, that's a trail of dead people follow their whole legacy. It's crazy.
What do you think of the email that came out about Bill Gates and them talking about a planned the pandemic simulation?
Oh, that one was real? The 2015 one. Yeah.
If you, I don't know if you saw this paper, but they already had like a simulation from, I think, John Hopkins University from like 2017, 18, or 19. And then they were planning a simulation of like what we would do during a pandemic. And our playbook in America pretty much followed it to a T.
But what I'm wondering is like, how does Gates benefit from it? Because it's like when you think Pfizer or the big pharma, they benefited because they're,
sold a bunch of shares that he had in pharma companies. So he was holding that for a while.
I see. So he's like a big shareholder. So it benefited him that way. I see. Yeah, because I don't know.
Him encouraging everyone to get vaccinated. I think it's oh, let's listen to this guy.
So he's sponsored by Pfizer, and so he was just doing a sponsorship.
Well, that's sort of what you just said about the trial thing, like a couple years ago, about they were testing it or whatever. It reminds me of 9/11, because if you remember, on the morning of 9/11, that same day they were doing like a what do you call it, a simulation, a drill for what would happen if planes were being hijacked, and like how American ATC would respond, and how our intelligence and defense community would respond. And they were running that sim the same day 9/11 happened. That actually pulled resources.
Well, that's why also when they were getting calls of those emergency situations, the real deal, they just thought it was a sim, which is why it never happened.
Which is crazy that they were simulating on the same day.
Damn.
I was hoping there'd be something about that in the Epstein docs, but there wasn't.
I think okay, if you haven't been following this stuff though, like, because the first one, he's already been, put to trial, and then like he had issues in Florida. And then there was a whistleblower, Virginia Giuffre, yeah. And then she did a whole interview like before she mysteriously
Yeah, she had
offed
a
herself.
non-suicidal suicide, didn't
Yeah. And then there's a really like good one that she did in it was like 2020 Australia, and she goes into detail of like what happened, where she went, how she got recruited. And I was like, damn, this is freaking crazy, because she just doesn't hold back. And you can hear how Ghislaine recruits women, and when they get into the whole thing and how they get like sexualized from like, and then they look at your profile, but they're connected to these nonprofits that are like, oh, let's help these like abused women and whatever, and then they find their marks through that. And then there's other women that are there's one South African model that went through the recruitment process, and then hers was crazier. Like, at least for Virginia, she was like willingly doing this and then like getting paid for it. Whereas this South American model, they just took her passport. And then from that point on, she's just a sex slave.
Dude,
Yeah.
what about the lexicon they put out where it shows what all the code words meant?
Oh, like the CP stuff?
Pizza.
Yeah, but that was Pizzagate, and everyone thought that was crazy.
That's why everybody's talking about it again.
Yeah, but it's
Yeah.
connecting all together.
But there's also a bunch of BS too. Like, did you see Dan Bilzerian?
Yeah, they put all of his posters.
They took a bunch of his Instagram.
Oh, that's the Post Malone one, right?
Yeah, he's with Post Malone, and there's two girls with them, and they blacked out their faces, so it looks like they're probably with like kids. And Dan Bilzerian had to post. He's like, "Hey, this is just pictures from my Instagram. Why?"
All of the photos from his feed are in the files.
So, like any good psyop, you have to do real shit with fake shit, so that everyone gets confused, and then everyone gets over the story.
It's
So
like
the
how they
Dan
released
Bilzerian
them-
photo was actually a part of the database. It wasn't a fake one.
They took his posts and they just put them in the files as if they were like secret photos or something.
So the whole Epstein and those guys being fans of Bilzerian wasn't a joke. It actually,
I guess
because there's an email where they're talking about like Bilzerian. Yeah.
I gotta admit though, the Stephen Hawking stuff is a little bit funny.
Who didn't think that guy was a sicko though?
I didn't see that one. What is that about?
Dude, there's a picture of him with like strippers and shit all around him, and like, well, they're not strippers. They're just
like
they're
girls,
like girls.
I mean, that guy was horny.
Dude, that'd probably be a dream come true if you're
Dude,
him.
what about the purchase order for the Wayfair thing? Did you see that?
Oh,
'Cause that kind of validated like a lot of the stuff that we thought was.
The Wayfair thing is that they found all these cabinetry that, for some reason, they were priced exorbitantly high, like in the tens of thousands of dollars, and they were all they were all named after girls or like weird people that were missing.
Yeah.
And then they were like, "Why did Wayfair have all that stuff up there?" And then there was a rumor that those were all kidnapped people you could buy.
Yeah.
And then they like kind of just brush it off. But then there's an actual purchase order from one of them. Like, was it from the Epstein estate? That they had actually bought one of those fucking things.
I bought the $10,000 cabinet. Yeah, named Sophia or whatever. It's like
lines just off of this one leak, because even the Joan Benet Ramsey one and how
Oh,
some people
yeah.
are saying that's
Didn't they match her dress or the collar of her dress?
yeah.
That's crazy, dude.
But when you go deeper into the rabbit hole, there's like it gets crazier and crazier, right? Because the craziest one is what's his name?
Mamdani?
No, that's another one too. No, that one's another. Oh my god, yeah.
Dude.
It's hard to tell what like is the actual lead or what.
But that's what they're doing. That's what I'm saying. It's all by design, I think. I think that is exactly the idea behind it. Because then you wear the public out. Because enough times they've been told something was fake. So eventually they just assume that all of it's fake.
And then everyone's involved. It's like
Right.
literally everyone.
I was worn out when all that stuff came out. I was pretty sad that day.
Oh, they're saying that Charlie Kirk's wife is actually John Benet Ramsey.
That one's pretty
Yeah.
funny.
That's another one too.
That's crazy, dude.
It's too much. There's
yeah.
from Bitcoin to whatever. But I'm like,
Epstein is Satoshi.
when it's out in the public, they've already okayed it. It's not like a leak. It's like they already have a plan behind this. And then they probably, like you said, mixed in a bunch of psyop fake shit along with it, like the Dan Bilzerian stuff. And then it's just too much now.
It overwhelms people.